What's up, everyone? I'm back at y'all with another video. Now for this one, this is a part 2 to my last video of my Sylvester Stallone and Jean Claude Van Damme and Jet Li and Scott Adkins and Keanu Reeves movie collection video. So hold up a second. And my Keanu Reeves and Liam Neeson movie collection video. So this is part 2 to that video. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the second part. So yeah, as y'all may know, I'm a huge movie collector. I'm a huge movie collector. I collect a lot of movies. So yeah, I have like thousands and thousands and thousands upon thousands of movies. So yeah, I have more DVDs than Blu-rays. I have some Blu-rays, but I have more DVDs than Blu-rays. So yeah, now let's begin. Now, first up, I'm gonna show my Scott Adkins movie collection, which is Scott Adkins is definitely one of my favorites. He's awesome. So yeah, now let's begin. El Gringo. This movie is okay. This movie is probably one of his weakest movies. So yeah, I thought this movie was okay though. I thought this movie was okay. So yeah, El Gringo. Next up, we have Abduction. Now this movie is pretty good. This movie has some horror vibes to it also, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And then this movie also has some good action scenes. So yeah. Abduction. Next up, we have Ninja 1 and 2. I love both of these movies. Ninja 2 is probably my personal favorite, better than the first one, but I still enjoy both of these movies. They're action-packed. They're very good. Scott Adkins definitely delivers on that. Scott Adkins definitely delivers on some great action scenes. Next up, we have Avengement. What an epic-ass movie. This movie is so epic. And it also has a great story. So, yeah, Scott Adkins, you can tell he's passionate at what he does. So, yeah, and from what I heard he's going to be in John Wick Chapter 4, which I'm excited for. And also, Donnie Yen's going to be in that movie as well. So, yeah, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. So yeah, Benjamin. Next up, we have Hard Target 2. Hard Target 2 is epic. Like I know a lot of people don't like this movie, probably just because Jean Claude Van Damme ain't in this one. I don't have the first Hard Target, but I might get that movie one day. But you know, a lot of people probably don't like this movie just because Jean Claude Van Damme wasn't in it. I mean, I enjoyed this movie because I'm a Scott Adkins fan. I'm a Jean Claude Van Damme fan, Sylvester Stallone fan, and Scott Adkins fan. All these movies that y'all see here in these lists are my favorites. So, yeah, I'm definitely my favorite action star. So, yeah, Hard Target 2, I really enjoyed this movie. I don't get the hate from it at all. Next up, we have Max Cloud. Max Cloud is different from what we know about Scott Adkins, but it still is a very fun and enjoyable and entertaining movie. So yeah, Max Cloud. Next up, we have Triple Threat. So you have Tony Jaa, Scott Adkins, and Michael Jai White in the same movie. In this movie, which is great. This movie is super action-packed. I enjoyed this movie a lot. Scott Adkins plays the main bad guy in this film. So yeah, Triple Threat. Next up, we have Seized, which is, I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. This movie is very fun. This movie is a very fun movie. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. So yeah, Seized. Next up, we have one of my favorites, Accident Man. What a great movie. Like, this movie reminds me a little bit of Kick-Ass and a little bit of John Wick put together. I enjoyed this movie. So yeah, Accident Man. Alright, now we're to my Keanu Reeves movie collection. Now, Keanu Reeves is one of the biggest action stars or actor in the world. Like, he really is. He does comedies, action, dramas. He does it all. And that's what makes you the greatest the biggest actor in the world because you're doing all these genres that everyone loves. So yeah, next up he should do is like a horror genre or something. So yeah, now first up we have the Bill and Ted franchise trilogy. I enjoy all three of these movies. They're perfect. This is the perfect trilogy in my opinion. So yeah, and I think that the first Bill and Ted movie when that came out, I think that was like a huge kickstart of Keanu Reeves' movie career. So yeah, I enjoy all the Bill and Ted movies. They're really good. Next up is 47 Ronin. I haven't watched this movie yet, but I'm definitely planning on it. It looks like a damn good movie. So yeah. Next up, we have the Matrix trilogy, which is I've heard they're working on a fourth one. I hadn't even watched the third one yet, but I have watched the first two. I'll probably go watch the first two again, and then watch the third one, and the lead up to the fourth one. So yeah, the Matrix trilogy. Next up, we have Constantine. I haven't even watched this movie yet. I know a lot of people have seen this movie, but I haven't watched this movie yet. And hopefully, it's a good movie. Because almost anything that Keanu Reeves is in is very good. So yeah, Constantine. Next up is The Day the Earth Stood Still. I haven't watched this movie yet. I'm going to. So yeah, because I didn't have this movie for a while. I hadn't got a chance to watch it yet, but I'm definitely going to. Next up is Siberia, which is I hadn't even watched this movie yet either, but I'm definitely planning on it. So yeah, Siberia. Next up is John Wick, the John Wick trilogy. Now, basically, it's not a trilogy anymore because you have the fourth one coming out very soon, and I'm very excited for that film. So yeah, hopefully it's very good because I love the first three films. Next up is A Walk in the Clouds. This is a drama, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure this is a drama film or a romance film with Keanu Reeves in it, but I haven't watched this movie yet, but I'm planning on it. Next up is The Lake House. Now this also looks like another drama and romance movie, but I haven't watched this movie yet either. But I'm definitely planning on it. So yeah. All right. Next up is my Liam Neeson movie collection. This is the final one. So yeah, now let's begin. First up, we have A Million Ways to Die in the West. Now, Liam Neeson plays a great villain in this movie. This movie's a western, action western comedy. So yeah, this movie is a very fun movie. So yeah, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Next up, we have Honest Thief. This movie's okay. This movie's not the best, but I thought it was like, okay. So yeah, Honest Thief. Next up, we have Nonstop, which is a lot of people love this movie, I think this movie's kind of overrated in my opinion. This movie's probably Liam Neeson's weakest movie he's done. So yeah, a lot of people might get mad at me for that, but I'm just being honest. This is his weakest movie in my opinion. Next up is The Commuter. Now this movie was very enjoyable. This movie is one of my favorites that he's done. Hold up a second. Sorry about that, y'all, but this movie is one of the best ones that he's done. I enjoyed this movie a lot. You have Patrick Wilson, which he's in a lot of movies, that played a villain in this movie, which is pretty cool. So yeah, very enjoyable movie. Next up, we have The A-Team. Now, a lot of y'all probably seen the show. I haven't watched the show, but I enjoyed the movie. Liam Neeson definitely played a good role in this movie, and also Patrick Wilson also played the villain in this movie. So yeah, the A-Team. Next up, we have Cold Pursuit. Now this movie, like, this is one of the movies that starts off really strong. Like, you know, that's why you should show all the good stuff in the first hour of the movie, or the first 30 to 40 minutes of the movie. Because then what else can you go, right? So this movie, it's okay, but the first 40 minutes of the movie was the best part of the movie. Next up is Unknown. Great storytelling, great action scenes. Love this movie a lot. I love this movie. Now, next up we have The Grey. This movie's kind of like a horror movie in a way. Pretty enjoyable film. Next up is The Marksman. I remember when I saw this in the theater. I freaking love this movie. This movie is great. Liam Neeson is just one of the greatest action stars working right now. One of them. So yeah, The Marksman. The Marksman. Next up, we have the Taken trilogy of movies. Now, a lot of people think that Taken 3 is a shitty movie. I don't think that, like, about Taken 3. I thought it was a decent movie. Now, is it as good as the first two? Probably not. It's probably the weakest out of the Taken trilogy. But, you know, my personal favorite Taken movie is probably part 2. But yeah, I love all 3 of these Taken movies. So yeah, Liam Neeson is awesome. Next up, we have the final one. That is Run All Night. Now, this movie is okay. The action scenes were decent. You know, this movie's a pretty fun movie. So yeah, I guess for this video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe and share. And also hit the bell so you know new videos uploaded. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I'm out. Peace.